Hi, my name is Garrett. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. Today we are talking about Meat Computer. Meat Computer is an artist who comes by way of Canada, and he's just been taken over by storm. It seems like his style is so easily identifiable once you're accustomed to it. But that's the thing is it takes a second to really understand what's going on here. It has the outer shell of like a traditional hyperpop song, but when you really look deeper and you start actually listening to the lyrics, sometimes you get caught off guard and you're just like, wait a second, there's a lot more going on here. When I first found this guy, I got fucking just so obsessed to the sense where I had to see what the fuck was in this guy's brain. I tuned into a lot of live streams, and the way that this guy is just portraying himself, the things that he is making important to be said is such a fucking movement, or at least it can be. And I think what he's doing and what he's trying to do and what he's succeeding at is a whole fucking lot, and I'm excited to see how this progresses into the future. But today what we're going to be doing is checking out probably 3 of the most popular go-to Meat Computer songs, complete with music videos. So if you're interested in that, I hope you do stay tuned, and I hope today is the day that I earned your subscription. That would be awesome. But Meat Computer, man, there's something so interesting about how he is doing it, and I don't really know how to serve a perfect description on a platter to you other than by just jumping into the very first song. And without further ado, here's the music video for Sold Out by Meat Computer. Like, if you're wondering why I have it all set up like this, it's so you can read the lyrics, because that's very important.
Meat Computer.
So when it comes to Meat Computer, it's very easy to like take it at face value and just look at this kind of like hyper realized cloud rap outer shell that is very, very obtuse and sometimes hard to follow if this is an introduction. Like, if you are just now finding this and you're clicking on this at random, like, you could be caught off guard for sure. But when you look at actually what is being said here, that's where the whole fucking thing just pops in your face, and you're like, hold on. There's like an agenda here, and there's real emotion, and the way that he's streaming it out of his brain is so interesting. He's talking about loss at the beginning and his family, and then he's talking about how he's dealt with it. Now he's trying to fit in for like some sense of normacy almost, like, and that's something that I think a lot of people can relate to. But the way that he is putting it forth and the way that he's laying it out for you is so goddamn personal to him that you can't help but just take a step back and be like, oh my God, thank you. Like, thank you for putting shit into words like this, because like, it's easy to just say like, I am going through this and this sucks. But the way that this whole package comes across, it's almost like it's so subtle, but when you open up and actually like look at a lyrics page, you're like, Jesus Christ, I'm crying. And it's so well done. And the difference between, like, I see people throw this guy in the hyperpop sense where it's like, oh, Meat Computer is just like hyperpop. Like, no, the difference between Meat Computer and hyperpop is anyone can go make a hyperpop song. They can try it, and we've seen so many artists already go down that route. But you can't make a Meat Computer track. You just can't. Like, as much as you try, it will not work.
I like this new generation of music.
then this like Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts style beat that just again is so lofty but also has this awesome 808 that just comes in interstitially. But again, like the lyricism and the things that he's talking about, like especially when I've watched this guy on live, like I've seen this side of him where it's almost like he's making a point to like let things be aired out in ways that like you cannot see in the music industry when it gets to the point where it's more industry than music. And that is something that I think the world needs. I think that's something that like the youth could use as well, even if it is like very obtuse and like there's a part where he says like I might have an ulcer in my stomach and I might be gay, but I don't want to fuck a dude. Like that thing was just like what the fuck? But then he like goes in and brings it back to like how he's in this like fucked up, probably small town, a lot of snow perhaps, culty like subsection of probably this rural part of Canada. I don't know exactly where he is, but I'm just trying to put into like perspective that if you made this music in like Nebraska, like you would definitely be, or if you're having these thoughts or this like high level of creative artistry and you're in like Nebraska and you're on a farmland, like I could understand where you're looking around and just being like, well, what the fuck? Like what is wrong with me, quote unquote? But there's nothing wrong with this guy because the way that he's at least able to like provoke these emotions like on a pen with the paper and like on a paper with the pen, like I don't know, man, like or maybe that's the secret. Maybe Meat Computer's using paper on pen instead of pen on paper. And I don't know. Have we ever thought about that? I think Meat Computer has. Just throwing it out there.
I like this new generation of music.
And that, my friends, is Sold Out. One of the probably best music videos of the year, without a cap, without a doubt. That this is probably one of the more important songs of the year as well. That and arguably Eyes Wide Shut, which I just realized both dropped within 2 days back in May. So this guy, and just this past month, he actually made a whole fucking mixtape, which is very, very good. It's this one called The Soulless Bundle of Sound. And right here says Made in One Day Part 1 mixtape. And he was like up for like over 24 hours trying to get this thing like conceptually like completed in a way. I mean, I don't know what his tweets were just crazy that day. I just remember it was like no sleep, just work. Like we're going to get this shit done. And it's a 15-minute EP and it's fucking really good. Or mixtape, whatever he wants to call it, but have to shout that out. This was all made in one day. And that shows again just the high levels of talent that this guy has. It's boundless.